welcome to Legend. Plane Crazy's first and currently only operating flying coaster. I shall say, let's get started. Yeah, actually, Cuba might need some decorating or something. Maybe we can like have a wall with like notes here or something. But that's something I am going to fix in the future somewhere. C versus Custom Flying Coaster, my own company on Roblox, join C versus or something. A powered / launched coaster, since it's mainly powered because the rockets are operating at all times on the roller coaster by Action Super, and of course, and the music, which you can also hear right now, I think, by Toverland. Let's see that. Actually, a thing. It is actually a flying coaster. Look. Walking gates. Walking tilt mechanism. Of course. Walking flying gates. There we are, we have to arrive again. I operated the switch a bit too late actually. But I'm not going to do it automatically, so I'm just going to do it essentially. Like that, tilt again, and open the gates. Then we can exit the roller coaster again. We're with a closed souvenir shop, which is kinda sad. Now let's get into the details about this beautiful coaster, I would say. I'm just going to stop for a second. That sucks. Why? Why? Yeah, it overshoot the mechanism probably. Yeah, the mechanism isn't completely flawless, I must say. But it does kind of work, at least. And that's what it's all about. We of course have here a small maintenance book for the first train. We also have a second train that's fully operational. However, I don't use it I just don't use it at all because well, the layout is a bit too small to run with 2 trains. But we technically have 3 blocks. We have here the station, the layout, and the brake run. So we can technically, from a technical perspective, run with 2 trains, maybe even 3 trains, which I did with my other roller coaster, which you can check out my video on my channel actually. You may have noticed also in one of my previous videos that my avatar has changed because I'm officially Roblox Premium, as you can see in the chat right there. But hey, it's still a beautiful coaster. I would say let's get into some other details. We have here of course the control panel. For us, we can control everything. All of the seats are pilot seats. So technically, from every seat in the roller coaster, you can control the coaster. Now, it is very simple. You press 3 to close the gates. Keypad 4 to tilt. The other cars keypad 5 to tilt. And keypad 8 to go forward, keep it 2 to go backwards, which I don't use at all. Then we have for this one We have 2 to disarm the locks. We have keypad 1 to go backwards and keypad 7 to go forwards. I absolutely love the parts where it flies through the station right here. And even when there is a bit lack of theming, it's still way better than my previous roller coaster I made. Everything also works. Was in my last roller coaster where a few parts didn't really work 100%, whilst now it works. I can say with guarantees that it works for about 95%. There are still some elements, like for instance the station, which you just can't really fix better. So they will already say for Plane Crazy it is 100% functioning mechanic. But I know that with lots of motor lock or something, you can surely get something better than this. However, I'm just not really advanced with techniques of motor lock, which don't really allow me then to make a functioning build with motor lock. Although I have actually applied one piece of motor lock, which is this pin. There's a motor next to it, because otherwise you just couldn't manage to let it work. Yeah, I should do something with the Q on here, since under the station here is all space. It slants a bit inwards right here, so the cart can actually properly load this. This is a realistic feature which in most flying coasters, I think. But in this case, I just did like this. You have one block of space instead of half block of space, which I just like more. The gates are pretty easy to do, but I am just going to unload this entire thing, I guess. I have it right there. Yeah. So yeah, let's just go into the details. The gates are really easy. As long as they have no touch, as long as they don't touch anything anywhere, you can just use a motor to isolate to these things personally, and then the gate will like slide open and just turn open. Really, like the entire part is moved. It's not like a realistic gate or something that there are hinges or something. It just folds open. For that, I would have to use trapdoors. But since the entire base is anchored to prevent a lag, I just did it like this because it is easier. The cards are also really easy to make. It's literally my standard cards, but inverted, and then motor 2 on the one side, and then regular motor on one side. We just disabled and everything. The switches are a bit complex because you have to figure out, since I have a curve here to utilize all my space I possibly have, and because if I put the straight piece in then a curve, then the switch would use more space. I have here a mode for 2 again with these settings, and that then just rotates the entire frame. Those 2 blocks are optional because they just prevent the cart from going off the track, but they can't go any further placing blocks like this here. Then we have here the second switch, which is an incline on top. It is pretty much this, but I had a curve. I had the curve already installed here, but then, well, because my plan was first make the second car like stored here, but I came to the conclusion that it didn't have the space to build this here, or else it would collide with this part here on the top, which is not foldable. So yeah. and then I just have the curve here installed. The incline I built it after with a bit of modifications. As you can see here, it cannot go under it, but if you fold it like that is in the flying position, then it should just work fairly well. Here we have on the cards we have the rope systems, which do not have to be moved. Since in my last coaster, you actually had to move them to make sure the cards won't collide or something. But yeah, there is a. I don't know why even a chat on here. But hey, I just had the ropes here that they don't have to move. In my previous roller coaster, you had to move for special systems to work. But now I don't have to use them. The only reason I have the wheels on the back right here is for those rocket engines here, so I could place them. Otherwise, I just place them normally, but didn't really have any other location where I could put them in. Or maybe I did, but I did it like this, and I can say it works. So yeah, trapdoors also can't open here because they are anchored. Yeah, this is intentionally closed. I'm not even considering expanding it even more, like back here or something. Maybe when Plane Crazy 2 comes out or something, I am going to do a total revamp on this, that the layout also becomes much bigger and less compact, and that I can actually run two cards. Because I hope in Plane Crazy 2 we'll get bigger plots. I hope. I'm not sure if we will get bigger plots, but I would greatly appreciate it. Because then I can just build way bigger layouts, maybe run even with 4 trains at the same time or something. What really annoys me is that I can't really make twists. That's why I use those so-called vertical curves to go from a horizontal track to a vertical track, because I can't do a twist at a straight section to make it go from a straight section here from horizontal to vertical. Now, about the teaming which we have basically. Like, I kind of copied the color scheme and everything from Phoenix in Toverland, because I recently actually visited that park. I didn't actually go in Phoenix, but it was still an amazing thing, and I really like the color scheme actually, with the blue and orange contrast. I eventually used cobblestone because I first wanted to make the station entirely black without details or anything. But in conclusion, I actually found out that cobblestone works way better and also can actually identify the lore about a so-called legend roller coaster cards. And here, like a building, maybe a kind of church-like structure or anything. And so you can kind of build up your own lore of the legends. Yeah, I have left it fairly open too, but yeah. They should maybe just become a photo thing or something. I have also had some decisions over the roller coaster which I eventually cancelled out. The first one was to have a platform under the first hill. I would say lift hill, but it's not a lift hill since it is a launch hill basically. But I actually want to have a platform underneath it, like lift hills also have. But I didn't do it because it would probably be a little bit hard to construct, and maybe it would stand a bit in the way. Maybe I won't have the space for it. But I eventually decided to then not do it and just leave it like this, because I was scared if I added more that I would then not be happy with the results. Well, I am actually really happy with what I created now and how it looks. Second was to have a maintenance platform under here, which I did not do because yet it would just waste space, maybe it wouldn't really look nice, and It's very close to the brake run. I also want to have a platform on the brake run, but I think it will distract people from riding it in thinking that it is the exit, which I don't really want. I also wanted custom voice announcement, which I eventually did not because my voice doesn't sound really nice for the type of announcements I want to have here, and once it's also kind of violation of privacy. Whilst yeah, you can see it, but just for the people who really want the experience, they can just hear my own voice through the microphone, I guess. I would say yeah. For the last 4 minutes or something, I'll probably just do some random recordings of off rides or everything. I'm just gonna load it in. I'm just gonna do some shunting and also kind of see the capacity of a ride like this. Wait, not yet. I must turn on the music, and it will now shut up, and you can just listen to the music and to whatever is happening in the coaster. This was Legend, the flying coaster. Who knows, I will upload more plane crazy videos in the future, I don't really know. If you want to have a chance to ride this in plane crazy, then I would say just follow my Roblox profile or something and join me whenever I am in the game, just ask or something. And yeah, I guess just have a nice day or something, and goodbye. See you next time.